Hello, everybody. This is your multi-expressionist artist president, Shauna P. Couples, broadcasting here from Brooklyn, New York City, America, Earth. I am visiting from Los Angeles to recap and during the government shutdown in 2019, while I was partying and no one knew Trump was going to be back. I just casually declared that I would just be your multi-expressionist artist president, just super entertaining and super want to do amazing things and make the world a better place. Like your, you know, spiritual, awesome butterfly rainbow light leader. The other guy, of course, gets voted on still. I don't really do any heavy lifting. That's all other people. I do praying, I do artwork, I write songs, and this is my fourth episode of Noob Artist President, because I'm a bit of a noob at being a president, because what artist ever thought they would be president? I don't know. But yeah, just kind of new to, again, this is only my fourth episode in, but again, I've kind of been doing things since 2019, I had invited a bunch of Americans who were homeless to come to California on my Twitter. I was like, hey, come to California. Don't freeze to death. Don't freeze to death. I'm so sad hearing that you freeze to death. Like, don't freeze to death. Just come to Cali. I'm from LA, So, I'm from LA. Just don't freeze to death. Come to Cali. It's, way too cool to freeze to death. And then, and then they come to LA. And, the funniest whole thing happened. Oh, my gosh. So, the food stamp people didn't quite get out there in time. So, the meth people smoked them out, and you don't really need food when you're mething it up. I don't know. I just pray. I just pray for them over there. I'm just glad that they found a way. I know I could have been more hospitable. I'm a noob. I'm a little noob. And I wasn't even in California half the time. I was actually working with the veteran Marty Pesin in Boulder, Colorado, who I met at Yellowstone Old Faithful, who was leaning over like a fresh bagel, egg, and lox. He's like, so when is this thing supposed to go off? I'm like, oh my gosh, Faith. When is Faith supposed to happen? When is Old Faithful gonna blow off? So that was actually 2018, and that kind of became this whole. I've been kind of working on my Paradise project, my masterpiece, since 2010. And so these are all parts of that project, including this epistolary novel that I wrote at the Vatican that became two novels. The first novel is a novelette that just got accepted by Fulton Publishing for distribution into Barnes & Nobles, but feel free to talk to me about that. I'm still kind of in the negotiations, still kind of in negotiations about my novelette about air conditioners. It's a weird situation. Anyways, also, there's also music, little 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's also a full-length movie script, which I have mentioned on Twitter. I think can end homelessness because I'm an awesome president like that who does things. But there's also a short film concept that I have submitted right now to the Roy W. Dean short film grants. Fingers crossed for that. And I also have a TV series script, a nice little pilot. I was told that, if you get the pilot script to the right person, you only need the pilot script. So I am also busy editing the rest of the novel. I also just got my first song on one radio station, Paul Porter Station 98.5 FM, The Wire in Orlando, Florida. I am endeavoring to get on some more radio stations. It's one of the things I love doing. It's my song Slide to Woo from my multi-genre album. It's sort of a, if there could be an ambassador amongst various genres, this album would be it. It's just rock and alternative. There's rap. Sing a little hook, and then it goes a little R&B, electronica, techno. Technically it can all be better. And Better Ways is going to be on my next album. That is a song with Cork Lumina Productions, Michael Mortimer, who wrote the song, and then I wrote some of the lyrics with Cork Lumina, who is, one of my favorite redheads out there. So while that's all happening, right, other things I did, I was inviting like a bunch of like South American Mexican people, because I just felt so bad about like people just trying to climb walls, or people getting barbed wire in their hair. I was like, what's going on? This is horrible. This is an awful way to invite Americans to America. This is so great, so horrible. So I had on my Twitter, it's like, hey Mexicans, or like Mexicans and friends, it's like, why don't you hang out like 100 miles south of the American border, like Hermosillo or Saltillo, or this place in this Cuidad, and just kind of like, 100 miles south. Just hang out here. You can go to the library. Like they have really nice housing in Watson Properties down there. They're doing quite well, I think. Anyways, so it's just like, bring the party, whatever. Bring whatever you're up to. Bring your desire to be the next best future American. Like, it's like 100 miles south. 100 miles south. So bring it here. Go to the library. Do the thing. Like, there's like a test. There's like a thing. There's other, just, and these cities, I mean, golly gosh, I've seen videos of them lately on their Twitter. Like, they look very Americanish, super Americanish, which brings me not to Knishes, but my love of libraries. Like, I love libraries. I really do. I'm not going to go into that other thought I had about libraries, but I'm going to go into this thought about libraries that I had dreamt, because, I am your biggest dreamer, America. Sure I am. Dreaming and demon as manufactured or manifested realities. Okay, so this is the deal, Leo. Focus with me. Okay, so libraries, right? This is a thing. Okay, this is a thing. If you're inspired, be part of things and do things. I'm a spokesperson for the 1736 Family Crisis Center, which deals with families, veterans, and people with drug issues, problems, overdosing, addiction. Okay, so this is about being proactive. Again, all about freedom of choice. It's not like, I'm not poo-pooing anybody, but here's the thing. Okay, libraries. Right now they have, they're starting to have video games. They have board games, or video games you can rent out, which I think is so awesome. Oh my gosh, when's the last time you were in a library? When? Anyway, so, just how nice could it be if we could just, kind of construct a little soundproof room, so that people, of all ages can come in and just play our American history on various consoles. Just go to the library, PlayStation 3, and it's got like all these, it's just like, this is part of our American history. These are important things too. That all our constituents are able to go to the library and play video games. But it's gonna go clackety clack clack clack. It's gonna be super loud, so it's gotta be in its own soundproofy room thing. Yes, so other things I want to leave you with, because this has been my longest episode lately. Thus far, right? I'm a noob, right? At 1 million subscribers, like a Pokemon, I evolve from noob artist president to rookie artist president. There's other tiers from there. There's like, 83 million people a year? I don't know. Anyways, it's a process. The other thing I'm going to leave you with is that, if there's something on your mind, if there's some way you think this can be a better country, like Biden is super there for you. America is super there for you. Like, social media platforms are super there for you. The bar is super there for you. Your neighborhood is super there for you. Your community center is super there. Your local music teacher is super there for you. The mall is super there for you. Plants are super there for you. Public restrooms are super there for you. Concrete sidewalks are super there for you. Like, just, wake up with gratitude, because it's like, oh my gosh, like, I've got walls around me and a ceiling, like, oh my gosh. Or like, oh my gosh, I have concrete under me, or like wood or something to stand on, or like, oh my gosh, if I really wanted to, I can put this dirt together and make a dirt cake and eat it, because like, that's been tested and people have lived. Anyways, right, so the point being is that, if something's really railing in your mind, like, okay, like, oh, what, the Roe versus Wade, this war, that war, I don't know, it's just, I have a standing 5-hour musical challenge, right? So if you really want to communicate to your politicians in a succinct, but rather exemplifying the issue, the idea of a solution, and then everyone singing and dancing at the end, let us see it. I think there isn't a 5-hour musical that us politicians wouldn't watch. So that's out there for you guys, okay? That's all I want to leave you guys with tonight. Oh, right, the whole point of this episode. Oh gosh, how could I forget? This episode, named In the Zone, right, is, it's about me fondly remembering my chiropractor, who was the mayor of Paramount City. Dr. Hansen, the mayor of Paramount City back in California, right? He's a super Rams fan. I'm a super Rams fan, because LA is gonna kick everybody's ass all the time. I am a little bit biased, and I'm not even a little bit biased. It's just truth. It's just truth. Like, I'm like one of your presidents, and LA is gonna kick everyone's ass always. Okay, but you're entitled to have your own opinion too. That's the beauty of the First Amendment rights. You might be always completely wrong about the Kings winning, or the Rams winning, or the Lakers, or the Clippers, or the Galaxy, or the Dodgers. Anaheim's over there. Okay, look, so yes, back to my chiropractor. Okay, he had this map of Paramount, it used to be a big farming city. And the idea was that through very careful and awesomely tended to zoning, that city got to be a very prosperous city, just because it's that whole thing. It's like, a place for everyone, and everyone in their place, a place for everything. Like, it's just it kind of accounted for the natural social structures, and just industry and everything. They had a really good flow to it, and I think that comes from a caring consideration of the constituents in that area. And then I heard another story today. Today, quote unquote, like today, like. What if today felt like a year? A metaphorical timing, poetic timing. We're just gonna go with quote unquote today-ish. On TikTok, there's this guy who he's working. He's out there working. He's doing his work, and he could not afford a place to live, right? And so he's like, F it on Twitter. Forzackle it. I'm gonna go live in my office. I'm gonna just put this on Twitter. Hey Twitter, this is all my shizenizers, all my fizzle frazzles, I'm like all my stuck up buffles, and I'm just gonna live in my office. Of course, the office is like, hey, take the videos off of TikTok, and we'll let you keep the job. And then on the other side, it's like, oh my gosh, you're going through that? I will pay you more than that, jackass. So he's like, should I stay with the jackass? Should I get more money? Anyway, so that is, that's a cliffhanger saga. I'll let you go figure it out yourself. But just be in the zone with me. We'll figure things out. I think of Japan, which is very considerate to all their smokers. Like, there's, everywhere you go, there's a very separate smoking room area, because they accept they just accept the existence of smokers and non-smokers, and non-smokers shouldn't have to deal with smokers, and smokers should enjoy a nice little comfortable lounge with air conditioning and a TV. Can I get a hallelujah on the TV and the lounge with a separate private smoking area away from non-smokers? Yes. Anyways, and plus, like, you know, as an artist, like, you would just put a little piece of art in that smoking room, right? You'd be like, oh, look, there's art in the smoking room. Ah, where did that come from? Ah. Or like outside the smoking room, it's like, you know, it's an artful, it's just more ways for artists to art, okay? Things that make me cry. Okay, so you all think about that, and then I'll join you again next Monday. Okay, hearts and kisses. This is Shauna P. Couple, your multi-expressionist artist president, signing off.